Welcome, you guys. We're back from Florida, Port Charlotte, level 2 Iridology seminar with Dr. Morse.
Yeah!
Yay.
I didn't go.
He didn't go, but he's here to support us.
He has been there.
Yeah, of course. He's lived the lifestyle for a year now almost, so we just wanted Ellen. You guys remember my soul sister Ellen, and we had such a great time. And while I was there, I decided to interview a few of our classmates and ask them how they got into Dr. Morse, and you're going to see that right after this segment. But I just wanted to talk with Ellen and just do a little review. How did you like it?
I'm thinking over it since a while because it's hard to give the whole thing a title, but then it reminded me a story or a thing I asked my mom all the time. So I always used to tell her, "Mom, is there anything I can notice when to know which boy could be the right to be married with?" And then she always said to me, "Oh, I think it's when you stop thinking and talking about it, and he'll be the right."
You'll just know.
You just know. And I thought, I'm 20 years now almost on the path of health, but when I met Dr. Morse the first, and now even being there, so it's such a deep feeling of, yes, I'm there. So at the end, I'm at the end of the tunnel. So now I'm there. I was really stuck to it, I think, till the rest of my life, because it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, that's what, exactly.
And it's not on an intellectual level. I can feel it inside of myself, how true everything is, and it's wonderful. It's a blessing.
And it's amazing, as you'll see, but from the few people or 5 people that I talked to, everybody says the same thing. Dr. Morse is the light and the truth, and that's how they found him. And they all had that moment where they said, a few people said they found him, and that happened to me. I found him, and you're not ready for the message yet. And so when you find him and then you're not ready, you kind of let it go. And then somehow he comes back into your life and you just say, yes, now this is it, right? How about you, Lloyd? How has it been for you following Dr. Morse's videos and his diet and, the whole protocol with the herbs? And you've been, most people out here, but just in case they don't know, Lloyd's my partner and he has a pain syndrome in his feet. And those who have listened to my podcast know, and in the interview with Dr. Morse, Lloyd was with me. So a lot of our classmates asked me to put you on because they want to know how you're doing. So now you have to tell them, how's it been for you, and what do you think about Dr. Morse? What has attracted you?
It's been great. It's a long journey. I think that it's going to take me an extra amount of time because I had such bad stomach problems my whole life, and I think that my colon is very damaged and in a bad way, and packed with stuff that we're breaking down and trying to get out. And I think as soon as that's clear, I'll start assimilating food better and getting more nutrition into my body.
Right. And if you go and you listen to that interview I did with Dr. Morse and go to my website, vidalspeaks.com, it was Lloyd's eye that he was doing. And if you remember, and for those of you who didn't see it, Lloyd has a lymphatic rosary, which are the dots around the outside edge of the iris. And that means that your lymph nodes are blocked.
Yeah.
And so this is a big thing we need to break through.
Yeah, when we came home, we were curious. We took pictures of all of us, and we all did already certain progresses.
Yeah,
so
that was
amazing.
amazing.
Has changed, really.
We're 9 months, Ellen a little less, but we started in January, Lloyd and I, and really I took several pictures of my eye, and we were really disappointed. But then the other day, we actually went back to the first one, and the one with my new latest great camera, and there were Ellen, yours was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ellen didn't even have any fibers showing. It was just all like mucus lymph, and we thought she had really dark eyes.
Yeah.
And now all the mucus is already off the top, and you see all the fibers.
My blood rate has
And
changed.
you have not brown eyes.
No,
It's crazy.
This will be amazing the day I return to blue.
I know, I can't. But Lloyd,
Hopefully I won't be a reptilian.
So Lloyd, how about you though? As far as your pains, I mean, how can you explain not just your pains, because you talked about your stomach, but your biggest complaints were your headaches and your feet. I mean,
well, they've changed a lot. I had a period where the headaches got a lot better. they kind of came back a bit recently, and the arthritis in my fingers comes and goes. But the feet, I've had some good times during the day where they don't bother me. My left one barely at all, and my right one just maybe a little bit. So that's
So it's kind of an
positive.
up and down journey. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, more better days than you had before.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's what a lot of people said in class. As you'll hear, we talked to a couple of the people I interviewed had pain syndrome, so you'll hear they said the same. But what is it that attracted? We've done so many things. We've done so many protocols, but I know you are especially in love with Dr. Morse. And what is it about him for you?
Well, because he's like my brother. I'm not kidding. We're very similar in
Yep.
how we look at things. I feel I'm more of a mechanic than a health person, but I learn things much more easily speaking on mechanical terms with how you're broken and how you fix yourself.
That's what he says.
And that's how he
How he
seems
talks.
to talk, and so I've related to that a lot more. And as far as the diet and food goes, I have no problem eating fruit. My biggest problem has been dinners, having fruit for dinners, and I really want to try to do that more often. We do it a few days a week, fruit all day, but we have salad sometimes.
Not that often,
But
though.
not-
I think we probably do fruit 4 days a week.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep plugging away at it, and I'm working more on not being so angry with the world and
Yeah.
people and everybody, and getting irritated so quickly with
That's a big
people
one.
not knowing what they're doing in front of me when they're doing something. And it's just, I got to let all that stuff go. I get very frustrated. But
You
I'm
better.
I'm
do
working
better.
on that.
Yep, that's all we can do. As Dr. Moore says, dig in and keep eating. But Ellen,
I want to talk about the spirituality.
yeah, I was
also,
just gonna say
because
something.
I was really deeply touched by it, and we knew it in the beginning, and I was so excited to meet Dr. Morse. I felt we always, oh, can we get a front seat? You need to be close to him. When we were there, he was exactly the way how he is on
Yeah,
YouTube. And
exactly.
I don't know. I noticed something. It's only me. I saw others were different, but I became shy in front of him. But it's not because I don't know. I felt the, how can I say,
Power, the immense power.
intense spiritual power, and this generous heart he's
Yeah.
spending. And I felt so blessed. Or
Yeah,
even
I agree.
yeah,
It's like almost
shy or
like
humble.
a light.
Yeah.
Like a light
I
in the
felt
room.
like I'm not allowed to touch him, kind of. It's really strange, but it's still a deep gift. So.
And it's a respect also.
Yeah, it's
And
respect.
remember when we came into class, he said that one thing that he said to us that was so cool. He says, wow, a lot of masters in the room, because he's kind of psychic, and
Yeah.
he could see that there were a lot of
He's
masters in the
a
room.
wonderful person.
We were so blessed. It was
and
such a
when
great
things
meet.
are simple, then they are true.
Yeah,
That's really my truth.
that's
Therefore you know it right away.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like he said, there are only two sides of chemistry and only two sides of life.
That's
So
all-
I
it's
guess
all
you're
about
being
love.
worshipped, Dr. Moore.
Yeah, and every time we say anything about Dr. Morse, we always say thank you, Dr. Morse, because I've been on this path since I was really 11 years old when I had my accident and looking for health, and then I'm 22 years in a practice, and Ellen many years also, and it's like I was almost there. I had all the parts. I was working on adrenals, but when I met Dr. Morse, it was like the piece of the puzzle that put everything together that we thought, and it allowed me to eliminate the pieces that I wasn't sure about,
That's true.
So it really put everything in place, and I'm so grateful for that, Dr.
It's even a
Morse.
detox for all the knowledge.
It is. I mean, people known me for years as the
Yeah.
detox queen, so I've been working on this, and that's how I found Dr. Morse. I found his book 13 years ago, looking how to detox my lymphatic system because of all the pesticides from the tour. Then Lloyd and I got that sauna, and anyways, it's been a long journey, but we're all so grateful. And the cool thing about our seminar there is they had a fruit guy from a fruit farm
Yeah.
bring his
awesome.
truck, and we had papayas that were like this big and so sweet. We had dragon fruits and
durian,
longans and durians and everything. And that was my worry going to Florida, is like, how are we going to eat? Because I've been really committed to eating healthy, good fruits. So it was wonderful. We met. So that was the other great thing for me was, I would say if I had to put it in a little list, it was the spirituality of Dr. Morse's lecture and just the feeling of his good heart and how much light he puts out in the world. It's really not fake. It's so real. And he's so authentic, along with all the good light of the people being there. To be around 149 other people that are all eating fruit and on the journey. There's no words, that can, especially on all fruit, because you can imagine the energy, right? And then I just love iridology. I'm just in love with iridology. So that's it. Now you guys are going to hear from other students.
And today is the day of my departure. So
we
are all sad, but you know, I'm working on a higher energy level. Eat more fruit because I hope I can astral travel soon.
Especially from Germany. If this girl can eat fruit in Germany, you guys have no excuse.
really.
Because she's having our orange juice. I live here in LA in Hollywood, and she goes, "Oh my God, your oranges, they're sweet as honey."
We're
We're
gonna give you the view from our hike right now.
Yep, so now
Check
you can
this
see,
out.
go slowly. Keep going. This is the Runyon Canyon close to our house. This is where we get our spiritual connection with nature every day.
And there we are.
Yep. All right. So now you guys are gonna.
Watch out.
Yep. Now you guys are gonna hear from a few people that I interviewed, and then a little tiny clip from Dr. Morse. So talk to you soon.
Enjoy and eat more food.
Pretty cool.
So Dr. Morse, here we are, level 2. All our classmates. Look at how great. How's it going?
Excellent. These guys are unbelievable. We're learning how to decipher the eye, to show you what all's going on in your body, how the eye shows you every weakness that you have, shows your acidosis, shows all of that.
And you guys
we're
the best.
You guys are the best, man.
What do you think, you guys?
We're really enjoying it.
You're the best. These
love
are
it
3
here.
major class from Canada.
All right.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying it?
Absolutely.
It's incredible, isn't
We're
it?
so
having fun.
lucky.
Oh, and
Thank
we're buzzing
you.
too.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
buzzing.
baby.
More fruit.
More fruit.
Hey, Dan.
What's happening, Deborah?
All right, here we are, level 2. Look how beautiful it is. We're here in Port Charlotte.
Awesome day in sunny Paradise, Florida.
We are, and we're eating tropical fruits. My God, I had papaya, star fruit, dragon fruit. What have you had?
Starfruit, papaya, longan. Longans.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, they're like big grapes, yeah, with little eggshells on them.
What else have you tried that's unusual?
I had the soursop yesterday for the first time. That was good. Very different. I thought it was going to be really sour like a lemon, but it was
sour and sweet.
At the same time, yeah. It was
Ellen
good.
calls that one ice cream fruit.
Okay, it was good.
She
It was
said
good.
it tastes like ice cream. So how are you enjoying Iridology? What are you learning?
Oh, this is awesome. One, just great community with people, like-minded people hanging out together. It's pretty cool. Today we did iris mapping, how we map the iris to the charts, to the iris charts, learning how to do that. Yesterday we did protocols. Day before that we did protocols.
It's fun, huh?
It is. It's
I'm
fun. A
into
little bit
it.
intense some days,
Yeah.
but always
A lot
good.
of learning.
A lot of learning.
And a lot more to learn.
A lot more to learn, exactly. Always
Crazy.
learning, though. So.
And how has Dr. Morse changed your life?
Oh wow, man, he's the truth. It's just he makes it simple. Let me sit up for a second.
Yeah.
He just takes all the complexity out of health. I like him the best because he makes it simple to understand.
You know,
Simple diet, simple protocol.
and simple understanding of illness.
Yeah,
Why we're
it
sick.
allows people to take charge of their own health themselves if they choose.
So cool. Anything better than simple, guys? Nothing better than simple, right? How are you guys enjoying it? Here's our other students.
Hello.
What's your names?
Rigo.
Rigo?
Sarah.
Sarah, are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's
Look
great.
at that fruit Sarah's eating. Look at, show your fruit.
It's almost
Dragon fruit
Almost
and
done.
longans, right?
Cactus pear. Or
Cactus pear,
fruit.
wow. Fantastic. We're drinking fresh juices. And look at this is our lunch break. Look at everybody. What a great community of people. And Dr. Morse said we had the best class,
There we go.
right?
He always does that there.
That's what I think. Okay, here we are, next group. Let's talk. This is Adam. I didn't know that. Okay. And Destiny.
Destiny.
That's such a cool name.
Yeah.
And Thad.
Hello.
So can you guys see yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. How's class going? You got to speak up a little because the mic's way over here. But
Oh, it's wonderful. Such a great experience.
what are you learning?
Oh, all kind of stuff about iridology, about, you know, the way the body systems work, about, of course, the lymphatic system. You know, just amazing things. We're having an awesome time.
And you're asking so many good questions because I have that same big book of your, that Dr. Jensen did.
Yes.
And it's so amazing, that book. So
Yeah.
I'm glad a lot of people are asking good questions because
Yeah.
then we all learn. How about you, Destiny? Are you enjoying it?
It's amazing, yes.
What's life changing for you this week?
Just getting more in depth into it.
Yeah.
Studying it briefly, just on the surface, for a while, but just obviously being in front of the master and all the energy from everybody else is just amazing.
And how has Dr. Morse changed your life?
I'm sure just as he's changed everybody else's life. I came here in level 1 and he read my eyes. Chronic lymph stagnation everywhere. So
And look
just-
how young and beautiful she is, and we're all chronically lymph stagnated,
That's right.
and we need to detox.
Well, we
I'm
all
34. But
yeah, well, we all have one thing in common. We all have dirty colon and bowels
Yeah.
and stomach.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And so that means
84
all
it
of
is.
us. That's another thing we're learning is that there's not any of us that don't have chronic stomach and bowels. And so that's one thing we all have in common that we all have to work with. And,
Yeah.
and if that's the case, then you got head congestion, especially from your transverse colon.
Right.
So
That's what I'm dealing with, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Most of
Is
us.
that what you're dealing with?
Everything's connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so I kind of just woke up one morning, kind of ungrounded, a little bit dizzy, kind of losing my vision a bit, and kind of thought it was a hangover, but it never left.
Wow.
So yeah, after a few months, it just keeps intensifying, like pressure, losing vision, ungrounded. So I dealt with that consistently on a basis for 2 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, started finding a few other natural health practitioners with a bit of juicing here and there. It wasn't until like one night I was just in so much chronic pain.
Did you go into fevers?
Never fevers.
No?
Yeah.
Head pressure, they
Head
say.
pressure,
I know.
yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
a lot of that to get out myself. So
Yeah.
then,
ears ringing, full face vibrating, body trembling.
Massive headaches.
Yeah, every day.
Wow.
I always have under pressure.
so how long did it take, and when did you find Dr.
So
Morse?
I've still got the head pressure, but I had like the leaky gut and all that kind of thing. So a lot of connective tissue weakness. Yeah, so after about 2 years, I was just like fed up Googling, and then this old guy, his granddad-looking guy, starts talking about fruit, and I'm like, whoa, this guy speaks some serious truth here. So yeah, I was just watching more and more videos. I was hooked and understanding about the lymph system and the kidneys, and I just realised I was drinking all this juice, but I wasn't opening the doorways to let the lymph out. So yeah, from then on, I've just been diving in deep. So I'm really getting it now. I'm super confident within the next 6 months I'll be all
That's
sweet.
awesome,
Yeah.
man.
So,
We're all on the same journey, and it's all about opening the kidneys. That's what he's talking about, opening the kidney door to get our toxins out and
Yeah.
get that lymph has to have somewhere to go.
everything's just backed
And look
up.
at how healthy everybody looks, but we all have stories because the world is toxic.
Yeah,
We need to get better.
yeah.
Take care of
Thanks,
those
guys,
Yeah,
and I'm
no problem.
proud to be your classmates.
Yeah, glad to have you
Thanks
here.
for talking to us.
We
Yay.
look forward to watching your podcast.
All right. So hi, here we are back, another interview, and this is Luke.
Hello, hello, hello.
And Luke, tell me, first of all, how have you thought the week has gone for you?
This week has been magical, full of really beautiful people, wonderful teachings, wonderful remembering of what is already programmed in our divine blueprint. And Dr. Morse just brings out the best of everybody and everything around.
Now, everyone here has a story, and they find Dr. Morse usually, maybe I would say through their own health problems, right? How did you find Dr. Morse and how has he helped you?
A good friend of mine that I was working with in Northern California just gave me his name and said, look up this guy on YouTube. I started watching his videos. His teachings resonated with my heart, and he had answers that I was seeking. And through his teachings and my love for myself, I have got my life back, and I feel again, I live again, I trust, I'm here to serve now, and it feels great.
That's so awesome. And what about any physical symptoms?
I had low back pain since I was 18 years old, multiple back surgeries. That has ceased to exist. I was getting ready to quit playing basketball and being active, and seriously giving my life back. I had a vasectomy 5 years ago. It was a no-go zone down there. I'd have major pain after orgasms, and that has cleared itself up. Anxiety gone, depression gone, my hair is regrowing, my eyesight, my ears.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. How long are you on this journey?
I found Dr. Morse April of 2017, so about a year and a half, and I reward myself. I'm not super strict all the time, but I choose to juice feast a lot with grapefruit juice.
Yeah, look what he's eating.
Yeah,
Show him your lunch.
Yeah, some pomelo. So, but I probably drink 1 gallon to 2 gallons of grapefruit juice every day.
Wow, fantastic.
And that has, I'm bigger than most people, so I got a lot of terrain to clean. So I'm just being patient and taking my time and dealing with the emotions, and learning to love your emotions is vital in transforming the negative emotions into love and positivity.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the journey,
Yes,
and it's
yes.
a never-ending journey, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
And we're all grateful for Dr. Morse.
Yes, thanks, Dr. Morse.
Hi, Kitty.
Hi, Deborah.
I'm curious. We're doing our little YouTube thing here for
Yep.
Dr. Morse, and I just want to know how the week's been for you.
It's just been incredible. Very high vibe, but extremely informative as well, but in a very simplistic way. And that's the key.
That is
That's
the key, but it's his gift. Right?
His gift.
It's his
Absolutely. Not to overcomplicate health, to understand that the body's just on the wrong side of chemistry, and you just got to get it, ease it back on the other side, and then, you can reverse and regenerate just about anything.
And how's Iridology been for you?
That is the key. It's a non-invasive visual way to see how the body is functioning, and also as things are progressing, as you're healing, you can take more pictures, and then you can come back, and then you'll see those healing lines. But it's a beautiful tool.
Yeah, because kind of before this, people could say, okay, this diet's better, or this diet. And
Right.
then you say, let me see your eyes.
Right, exactly,
Right?
exactly. Yeah, the eyes tell everything. They really do.
And how has Dr. Morse changed your life?
That's just one of those questions that's, I guess the answer really is in every way.
Yeah.
In every way.
So many
I feel
people-
so empowered with this knowledge, and knowing that not only with my own health, elevating my own health, that if people are receptive and actually really adopt and adapt these protocols, they will see so much just immense healing. Because here's the thing, there's no horrible side effects to eating fresh fruits and vegetables. And herbs are foods as well. So
you can't
it's
go
a
wrong.
win. It's a win-win.
And
It
did
just
you have
is.
any big health problems, or were you doing it just to kind of keep getting better health?
Yeah, better health, but I was born with very compromised kidneys, and as a young child had a lot of issues, migraines, digestive issues, and whatnot, and it set me on that path.
God,
so
I wish I'd have found this path when I had my migraines.
I know. So it was a gift, a real gift to find this path for sure. And
Cool.
I think that a lot of us who have had issues, we're the seekers. And so you have to walk it
I
sometimes
kind of say
to
the
get there.
healers have to get this.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, and not just
Yeah.
one thing. Sometimes it's many things you get.
Yeah.
Because you got to be able to help many people.
That's right. That's
Well, thank
right.
you.
Oh,
It's been great
so
spending the week.
wonderful meeting you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Daniel. So let's talk a little bit about your story. We're here at the level 2 class.
Yep.
How's it been for you?
It's been great. I've really felt the energy of everyone here, very connected with the people that have lived a similar path as me and learning so much to help the world. So.
And that's really an important thing here. It's so, we're usually like the white sheep, or maybe we should say the black sheep in the field of white sheep, because we eat fruit and people look at us like, is that all you eat kind of thing? But now we get to be around 150 people all eating fruit.
Doing the same thing, yeah. It's not very conventional lifestyle from the outside looking in, but when you really commit to it, you realize how optimal it is as our diet. So.
And as Dr. Morse said, I mean, look at the species that we look like. It's the yeah, exactly, the frugivores.
Exactly.
So you have an amazing story that we were talking yesterday, and I want you to tell the YouTubers and you know, first I want to say, how did Dr. Morse change your life? And then this will be part of your story, but I know Dr. Morse has been the reason why you're even here today. So
he gave me a second chance. I was never the healthiest kid when I was younger. I had digestive issues, but conventional naturopathic doctors helped me get through that. Sort of treating it, but I got remedy. But then I had developed skin issues, so I went to the actual pharmaceutical route, the doctors and stuff like that. And I was put on a medication called Accutane, which is highly acidic, synthetic vitamin A, I believe, and it's on the same level of acidity as chemotherapy, which you're taking less dosage, but for a very long period. I was on it for over a year. So gradually my body broke down, and one day I realized my whole body's in pain. It started a wrist, a elbow, a shoulder, a leg, an ankle, and then one day I woke up and I realized it was my whole body, and then I pinpointed what was causing the issue, because it comes so slowly. Sometimes we can't see what's happening, and we're in such a rush, we don't really take the time to look at ourselves and say this isn't right. But
yeah,
I got
what
to
did
that.
the medical world, what did they call that?
Yeah, so they diagnosed me fibromyalgia. They did all kinds of gene testing, and the whole time I knew, no, this isn't something that I was born with. I created this, or I developed this. Now I realize I created it on all levels. I manifested this, but they would have then treated that with painkillers and antibiotics, which I was not willing to use their modalities again to.
And they're not very successful in
Exactly.
those modalities anyway, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So then what led you to find Dr. Morse?
Well, fortunately I had a few solid people in my life. So my mentor, 72 at the time year old man, was giving me massage therapy 5 to 7 days a week for up to 3 hours sometimes.
Wow.
1.5 to 2 hours, but sometimes 3. After every time I went to work, even 3 or 4 hours of work would wreck my body, because everything would just get rock solid hard. I'd get stiff, I'd get neural pain. So he kept me going, and through that, uplifting my energy and my ability to then have time to deal with my own issues, I just kept researching and following different trails of information, and fortunately I did find Robert Morse through a few different avenues of people. But if you open yourself up to an opportunity like this, it will present itself. So I found Morse, followed his teachings, and everything that he's ever mentioned in terms of approach and healing the body has always correlated with how my body responds. With Iridology, which is what we're studying, I've used that to not necessarily diagnose, I already know my symptoms, but to confirm that what I'm experiencing is truly reflecting in my eye.
That's what's so cool, isn't it?
It's
No more
amazing.
guessing.
Yeah.
And even with the pain syndrome, no more guessing, right?
Exactly.
You can see it. And so I know Dr. Morse's, you know, we all owe him so much credit. He's changed our life in so many ways. But what could you say also to like other people out there that have these pain syndromes? As you know, my partner Lloyd has one, and Ellen's son has one, and there's millions of people now with these undiagnosable nerve syndromes.
Autoimmune is
right?
what that's the way they look at it, and to be honest, it doesn't work the way they see it. It doesn't work like that. The body's just stagnant, and everything that's sore in it is not moving. It's like if you go to the gym and you get a bit sore from putting so much strength into that, your body creates the acid. Well, I was filling my body with this stuff from the inside out, and it backed up, and I just locked in. And the way Robert Morse teaches this stuff, it helps us learn how to eliminate this through the kidneys. And I started on a 100-day juice fast. I was supported through that, and I achieved a lot in 100 days that would have taken a lot longer just eating fruit. And then a year of detox with a lot of herbs, which is the only reason why I could have got through it as easily as I did. Otherwise, it could have been quite an uncomfortable process. So the herbs are definitely not only quite inexpensive compared to if you go the medical route and you get steroids and stuff. That can be $200,000 a month. I've heard people with arthritis spending ridiculous money. I could get 3 months of herbs for 2,000 Australian, which is barely 1,200 American. So you can see like the value of herbs and the fact that they support the whole body, and they don't treat or suppress, they enliven the body. So
Yeah, it's food.
Exactly, they're just, it's nutrition and intelligence, and that's where I spent a year doing that.
And mostly fruit?
Pretty much high fruit. Sometimes we need some salads to ground out, but I've stayed away from vegetables just because they're not optimal for my body or really the way our bodies operate. But it's okay to play and have a bit of fun when we want to, and go
Well, and it's a transition food because some people can't get there, but when you're in pain, you're a lot more willing to do things a little more drastic, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just
What a journey, Daniel.
it's a fun game. But yeah, so after the year I did a water fast, which not everyone would have to do that, but that's what's helped me the most, to break open, like pop the lid off and help my body really start working. And in the months after the water fast, that's where my body is, I would say, now. It was around 40-50% better in terms of pain. Now I'd say it's up to 70-75. Some days I'm almost pain-free. So it comes and goes as we start working this stuff out. It gets less frequent and less intense. And like I said, 1.5 years, not even 1.5 years, approaching nearly 14-15 months.
Fantastic.
So it can be done quite quickly if you devote yourself. And I had a very chronic issue. Someone with just arthritis in a few areas of their body could get this done in 3 months. It really just depends on genetics and that person's involvement.
And all we can say is thank you, Dr. Morse. We love you. Thanks, Dan. I'm here with Alessandra. Welcome, and I'm so happy to meet everybody here. It's been such a great week. How have you enjoyed it?
This has been amazing. I love gathering with like-minded individuals. You know, we're all into the same thing. We're all eating tons of fruit. The vibrations are super high. It feels really good to be here.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about how you're liking the Iridology.
Oh, wow. It is an awesome tool to just, you know, that's going to go hand in hand with the detox protocols and just allow us to work deeper with our patients and just really take it to that next level.
And it's so cool to see all the symptoms that you've had or whatever in your life, and then you see it in your eye.
Yes.
And it all makes sense.
It's crazy. Like, I have this one little darker spot. I have green eyes and this one little darker spot, and it's my left scapula. And I always, like, have a hard time getting that on my back. And when I saw this, I was like, what? Like, that's it.
I know, if only we could have seen our eyes when we were born.
Oh, man.
Then we could, then we would have really learned. But I think healers have to go through so much stuff.
Totally, because now I see it in my kids. I have 2 little boys, and to just see their eyes, and I mean, my one son was born with blue eyes, and now they're turning green, and we're like, no, we're cleaning that up.
Cool.
You know? So it's, like I said, you know, yesterday, it's not just for us, it's for our children, for our children's children, for the next 7 generations.
Yeah, fantastic. And did you just do this to get healthier and for your family? And I'm curious how Dr. Morse has changed your life. Did you have a health story?
Well, I stepped into my like plant-based raw vegan path about 5-6 years ago, but I kind of tried all the different styles, like high green juices, veggies, nuts, and seeds, and all these different things, and it worked, and it helped, and I healed a couple things I had going on, like female reproductive stuff, precancerous cells, and, you know, juice fasting helped that, but I was still, you know, having some fatigue and other symptoms. I'm super grateful. It's nothing serious, like nothing chronic, but I was noticing, you know, there is more human potential here.
Yeah.
You know, how optimally can we be living? And that's just really what's driven me.
And how did you find Dr. Morse?
my good friend Rita Fleming, she also has an incredible story. I study Iyengar yoga with her mom and her, and they are fully in the path. Rita has healed her body. It's just such an inspiring story. And when I heard that, and when I watched Dr. Morse videos, you know, I kind of tried a little bit of everything, and I was like, this is it. Like this is the way. This
It's
is
the
truth.
highest point of the pinnacle, isn't it?
It's just like, how optimal do you want to be? Like, that's how I raise my kids. That's how we live our lives. Like, how healthy can we be? I feel like so much of society is like bare minimum. We're alive. This will get by. We're fine. You know, everyone dies.
And
But that's not
how
fun.
has it been raising kids on fruit?
Oh God, it's fun. You know, it can definitely be challenging with, you know, society and different things, but luckily we live up on a mountain and we just go and hide and eat our fruit, come into town whenever we need, and then go right back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alessandra.
Yes,
Great
you.
story, and thank you, Dr. Morse.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Josh. Welcome,
Hello.
Josh. And how are you enjoying our Iridology level 2?
Oh, it's great. It's going to be great to be able to fix yourself first, and then definitely go out and help the other people.
Yeah, because if you can't fix yourself, it's hard to help others, because first of all, you don't have the energy and you're too focused on
Right.
all the time it takes to heal ourselves, right?
And then, yeah, speaking of the energy, whenever the others bring it in, bring their energies and just, I guess, unbalanced frequencies to you, you're going to kind of pick that up and then
For
go back,
sure.
go to their habits or your old habits.
For sure. So it's important to be surrounded by good people that can support what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
So you have a good story, Josh. Tell us your story. You were telling me last night about all your lung issues.
Yeah, I've had 7 lung collapses, spontaneous pneumothorax is what they're called. The first few happened between like 19 and 20. And then my last one I had was when I was 25. That was only 7 years ago. Or sorry, 7 years ago. It was only 2 years ago, but I'm 27 now, and I got a lot of things that I need to fix. But going back to the spontaneous pneumos, they
7, you said?
So yeah, 7. I've had 7, and 6 on my left, and then 1 on the right. That was the final one. And I remember the doctors telling me that I wouldn't be able to scuba dive or be an airline pilot, which I'm younger airline pilot
Because of
always.
the pressure?
Yeah, and so I got into Dr. Morse last October, so roughly, right about a year ago, and my lungs have improved tremendously. I'm not even at 100%.
Fruit, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not even at. Sorry, I'm not at 100% raw or fruits, but even throughout the year, I would say about 65%. I've still had tremendous improvement.
How much better would you say you are?
I would say, starting last October, I couldn't even walk 15 feet from standing up on the couch to go in the bathroom. Like I was so congested, didn't know what it was. Felt like my heart was going to blow up. And only being 27, I was just 26 at the time. I was just like, I don't see how people live up in their 90s like this. But just get those kidneys filtering. And
Was that the key for you when you started filtering? Did you start feeling better?
Absolutely. Like, I was just, I don't know, I probably, like most people, I've probably watched like 400, 500 hours of Dr. Morse.
No, this is what everyone does.
And then every video is just get those kidneys filtering. And then in the beginning, like, I wasn't filtering for the first 2 weeks that I looked, and I was extremely frustrated because I'd taken Moringa drink. I got in just a few weeks before. I was tracking the supplement game. I was like, okay, well, a few of the things that Morse said about utilizing calcium. So I figured I needed more calcium. Well, I took the more calcium, and I was already stagnant my lymph, like almost chronic. Yeah, I have green eyes, so if that means anything to you
green
guys.
eyes. Now we all go, oh, green eyes.
Yeah, and I took 2 Moringa drinks in the 2 mornings, and like it was so bad when I was at work, I couldn't even turn my neck this far without feeling the calcifications down my back.
Because that was too high a calcium, you weren't able to utilize or get anything out.
Yeah, my parathyroid's down, so I wasn't utilizing it. I didn't know at the time, and then that's when I found the book late October. And going back, I wasn't filtering for the 2 weeks, and I was getting really frustrated. I just said, F it, like I'm just going to go a 3-day dry fast and take I think it was adrenal tea and some of the herbs for the kidneys and lymphatics, and then sure enough, like it broke 3 days after that 3-day dry fast, and I've been
filtering.
Filtering
kicking
since.
butt.
Heck yeah, and it's
Good job.
Just get those kidneys filtering, and eat more fruits, and
Eat
regardless.
more fruit.
Yeah, like
That's
I'm only 65% max, and still like tremendous improvement. So I'm excited to push it up to in those 80s and 100s, and just
Fantastic.
it's
Great.
I'm excited for it.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
So this is Eileen, and Eileen is one of our classmates, and I hear you have a really amazing story, so I had to come track you down and find you.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, I'm so curious, you know, how people find Dr. Morse, and most stories are because they were sick, and Dr. Morse helped. His philosophy, his simple philosophy, has gotten so many people well, and so I'd like to know your story and how you found Dr. Morse.
Oh wow, yeah, my journey was a long one. I found Dr. Morse around 2011, I would say, probably right around when he started making his videos. And at the time I was following like the raw foods, the raw modality. I had actually found Dr. Morse through the Life Regenerator on YouTube, and so I saw some of his videos. His information resonated with me, but I didn't really use it because I wasn't extremely sick at that time, right? But I continued drinking like some juices or smoothies, but I was not a raw foodist at that point. I was an aspiring raw foodist, right? But then it was around 2013, 2014 when I became struck with fibromyalgia, chronic pain all over my body from head to toe. I became bedridden overnight, extreme fatigue to the point to where it was painful, and you know, things that people take for granted, like being able to take a shower or get dressed in the morning or make their own meals, I could no longer do that. So I became dependent on my boyfriend, and I always felt like I was a burden to the people around me, right? So yeah, it was a long journey. I went through all of the different directions one goes through when they're trying to heal their body. I went the supplemental route, the medical route, seeing many different specialists. No one could give me an answer. Most of the time people said it was just a disease that was all in my head, you know, caused by stress.
Depression.
Depression, stress, anxiety. They referred me to, you know, different psychologists, but knowing what I knew, I was like, I'm not going to take these antidepressant drugs because I knew the extreme side effects that came from that. So finally, after trying everything, physical therapy, chiropractic work, I went to visit a medicine man in Ecuador. I did the Chinese medicine herbal route. All that stuff only showed me a little bit of improvement, but I would go right back to feeling extreme pain. So it wasn't until I started taking on the detoxification truly, that was like my last string of hope, right? I noticed changes within the week, just starting to consume 100% raw. My body pain went from like a level 10 of constant pain to a level 3, to where I could like run and jump and enjoy life again. It was amazing, and I knew that this was the right path. Like automatically, I trusted in that process. So I went down that road with the herbs, you know. I had to learn all the information myself too, like be my own detox specialist, because I couldn't, at the time, I couldn't afford to work with a counselor. So what I did was and I was very fortunate. I was given the opportunity to stay in a place in Philadelphia because I had moved from New York to Philadelphia. Everyone in my family was in New York, all my friends and everything. So that environment was kind of toxic for me, especially the home that I was living in, very toxic. I was allergic to cats and dogs, and there were cats and dogs all over. So I knew I had to remove myself from that environment and go into like a more safe environment, secluded environment, to help heal myself and to connect with myself to heal. So I took on the herbs, I took on the raw foods, I did a lot of fasting, and through the months I experienced, like, you know, those detox symptoms, but I knew that they were signs that things were going on in my body, and my body was regenerating, repairing. I saw signs of like mucus coming out, many obstructions, many parasites, and that was like indication to me that wow, like it's not fake, this is all real. I saw all the obstructions leaving my body from eating the wrong foods for so many years. And I was someone, like ever since birth, I drank dairy every single day, even up until my late teens, you know, and all that dairy caused me chronic constipation.
that was something else that I was dealing with, was chronic constipation, not being able to go to the bathroom easily. Like maybe once every 2 weeks I would go to the bathroom,
Wow.
but I had gotten to the point to where even if I used laxatives to try and go to the bathroom, it felt like my insides were being torn apart, like someone was going with the cutting knife, going like that. So yeah, that's where the herbs came in, and they saved me. That GI broom saved me, stomach and bowel saved me. Like, and so I feel like that's how I'm able to really connect with people that come from a lot of suffering, because it's like I felt like almost every single pain one can feel on the planet. With fibromyalgia, you feel it all. So yeah, I know where people are coming from, and I can kind of like, since I had to be my own specialist during that time, I learned deeply about the body. I had nothing but time. I learned everything I possibly could about the human body, and now I apply from my own experiences and my knowledge. I use that to help people heal.
That's so awesome. And there's so many people out there. My partner has a pain syndrome, and I know so many people, and they maybe didn't feel the improvement as fast as you. What, like in time frame, how long till you felt really over the serious pain, and what would you say to people who are on the journey and still maybe not feeling like that, maybe doubting, or being upset that it's not working as fast as they wanted it to?
Yeah, I was there too. I used to doubt all the time, and luckily, my partner, he actually helped me. He was like, "What are you being upset about, Eileen? I don't know if you remember, but you used to be a lot worse." And he reminded me, you used to have this and that and that. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't have these before. Like, even though I'm not completely healed, I am gradually healing. Things are gradually getting better. So sometimes we just tend to forget. And sometimes we need that reminder.
That's true.
And really, you'll have your down days. You'll have days where you'll feel so depressed. You'll feel like, what if this isn't the right path? But honestly, like, the next day you'll feel better. It is a journey. It'll be back and forth. Just always be gentle on yourself, trust the process, and one day you'll just wake up and be like, I've detoxed enough, I feel healed enough, I'm ready to like take life by the horns and just,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you must be eternally grateful to
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Morse.
He's an angel.
As we all
He's
are,
my
but
angel.
he's all of our angels,
Definitely.
and that's the word everyone uses. He's the light, he's the truth.
Yeah,
He's our angel.
Yeah, he saved my life, and he's saving everyone else's lives, and we're just spreading this message so that people can continue healing.
That's our gift back to him.
Yeah, essentially that's our gift back to him.
He's
given
giving it all away for free on his YouTube videos.
That's what I strive to do
and
too. I don't hold
just
anything
give
back
it away
either.
to help as many people as we can. Me too.
Yeah, he spread the love. He radiates love, so we just embody that as well.
That's why
what
we're
helped.
putting your story out.
That's why we healed. So we just want everyone else to heal.
Thanks, Eileen.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So how about those stories? If that's not a testimony to eating fruit, I don't know what is. And I can tell you, I've been doing this all year now, and it's really remarkable the energy that you get and how fast everything starts to go away. I've done so many things, so many diets, so many supplements, so many methodologies, and I can tell you guys that food is thy medicine and fruit is thy medicine. So a lot of people have been asking me like how my journey has been, eating a fruit diet, and it's not easy, but it's mentally not easy. It's so easy on your digestive tract. I feel better than ever. I really can tell that I'm healing my digestive tract. And honestly, I didn't realize that I had that many problems because I was not a person like Lloyd that had stomach problems their whole life until I took the pictures of my eye and I saw all the brown stuff in my transverse colon, and your transverse colon is right here, and that in the iris, that sits right below the brain part of the iris. And so you can see now, remember on my podcast, I've asked a bunch of doctors why the brain gut barrier, what is that connection? I understand that the gut makes our serotonin and makes a lot of our neurotransmitters and stuff, but I never really understood. But when you learn iridology, you really can see that the gut, which is right below the brain, all those toxins that are in your gut, they go right up into the brain, and you get these little toxic tunnels in there. So it's really, really interesting for me. And when I saw that, it gave me extra motivation to do the fruit diet and to heal. So I'm really happy I'm on this journey. And you know, I have my back to heal. I want to regenerate my back and my knees and my joints because I'm just an old beat up professional golfer. So I'm really excited about it, and we're 10 months on this journey. As you could hear, Lloyd's beginning to have some signs of improvement, so that's really encouraging. And all of your guys' stories out there and the people that I interviewed from our class that have pain and all these things, it's so encouraging to other people. So I hope you share your stories, and I hope you help others on this journey, because it's up to all of us to get the word out. And it's not just the word out, it's the truth. And that's the thing I love so much about going to Florida and doing my level 2 class. It was really to embrace the light and the truth. And that's Dr. Morse. So thank you, Dr. Morse, with all my heart. Really, I can't tell you enough how much gratitude I have for all the hard work that you're doing, and just how open you are to let the goodness and the light channel through you to everyone. And it was such a wonderful experience to sit in your classroom and to listen to your words of wisdom and to learn iridology from you. And I feel so proud to have my certificate. I have it on my wall already, and I'm just really, really probably more proud of that than anything else other than my homeopathic certification, because that was a big work also. But this is the end of my journey of reading and trying to find people's answers for them, because for all my years, for 22 years of my practice, I would get patients that certain things wouldn't work that I knew were working on other people. And I was always on the journey, let alone know that I was living with Lloyd with chronic pain and nothing was working. So I honestly believe we're on the right track now. And I just feel like if we just keep going, it's just a matter of time before everything melts away. So I just want to say thank you, Dr. Morse, and to all of you guys out there, and to all my classmates out there. Thank you for being part of such a wonderful week, and for allowing all of us to come together to share Dr. Morse's teachings and with each other, and our stories with each other, and to learn and to be the people that are going to put the truth out into the world, because that's our job. Why we're here is to just work the best in any way possible, even if you don't want to be a practitioner and do this, but to share it, because it is the truth. And I've been for 22 years treating so many sick people, and I can tell you that there's no easier way to get well than eating fruit, and also taking homeopathy and herbs to support your organs and to open the kidneys and to help the skin sweat. It's all about detoxing, guys. Remember, you're not sick, you're toxic. So on that, I'm going to leave you and say goodbye. But before I do, I want to share with you a little clip of Dr. Morse's spirituality talk that he gave us in our level 2 class the last day. So enjoy it, and ta-ta for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Be careful when you become more conscious that you don't let the mind fool you to think you're conscious, because it'll come in and try to bring you off your point. So just keep remembering pulling yourself more in the now. There's nothing else but continuing to express yourself more and just surrender more in that. How big do you get? Where do you want to know? Allow yourself to be used as a vehicle. Let the divine pour through you. And you will then continue to become more awake, more awake, more awake. Listen. Be. And then your individual journey will come to you more. Why are you here more? You're getting rid of the karma crap. Now what's your journey? As a conscious being, what's your journey? You've got to listen, but you also have to realize who holds the power of your journey. You do. You do. You do. You all do. So you can make your journey anything you want. What do you want to do here? What's the divine telling you? What's your heart telling you? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? You're all in here as healers. Well, you're more awakened healers. That's a big difference, because your clients are going to get the divine shoveling right through them. Because if you're talking to your clients in the now, the divine is going to come through and go into them and work on them. And you got healing from a lot of levels. Good stuff. Good stuff.